Good afternoon friends, this is Dr Saurabh Shah. Today I would like to review the book which is very important in our use. The book's name is Keynotes and Redline Symptoms of the Materia Medica. The author's name is written as Adolph von Lippe. Now I would like to go inside more of it. The introduction part, basically in intro it is written by the publisher. They have told and mentioned about that the whole book is compiled with the base as the Dr. Lippe's writings and other few authors have contributed into that. The authors basically are more than 66. So after each symptoms, the author's name is mentioned in the small letters, which is maybe in abbreviated form. The publisher in India is basically the Bijan publisher, and the compiler is N.K. Banerjee. The price of this book in India is rupees 379. Now the contents of this book are divided basically into the two parts. The first part is from abrotinum to the muriatic acid, and the second part is from naja to zincum med. The number of medicines in this book is 236. The font which are used basically in this are of many types and which helps in our study also. Basically the capital, italic and the Roman font style has been used. After each symptom the name of the author is mentioned, so we can understand the authenticity of this book also. Now the few of the name of the authors which I would like to mention over here, which is given in this book, is basically Dr. H.C. Allen, Dr. Bell, Dr. Blackwood, Dr. Bonninghausen, Dr. Boger, Dr. Dunham, Dr. Farringtons, Dr. Herring. So all these basically authors, important red line symptoms has been compiled by some author and has been put into one single book, which is this our keynotes and red line symptoms of our Materia Medica. So this is the book which is there in our Indian edition and printed by the Bijan publishers. Now no sequence is there in the drug basically. Whenever we go into the drug, there is no sequence from like head to eyes to nose and the foot. There is no sequence into that, and which is it surprisingly to study also it helps in us basically. What good point we would like to come across, it helps us. Now at the end of each drug they have mentioned about aggravation and amelioration, and the most important part about this which is given at the end of each drug is the relationship section, which is very important, which helps us to understand that how is the relation between each drug to the different part. Now Dr. Lippe was a very important physician because he stressed a lot on the relationships of the drugs. So after each drug we get a good relationship, like in the calcareous sulf also they have mentioned the relation and the importance between the heparsol, silicea and calcareous sulf, where calcareous sulf is important, where heparsol is important and where silicea is important. So basically there are symptoms from Allen's keynotes also, Guernsey's medicines also, but the most important USP of this is basically we get details about more drugs. Allen has fewer number of drugs, maybe around 180 or 90 or something, and it has 236 medicines. Also each medicine which is described over here, there is a compilation from other authors also. So there is only not just one author's opinion over here, other authors opinion is also mentioned in this book over here. Now the next point which I would like to mention is about the original source book is basically from the Philadelphia, which was published in 1915. The introduction was given by William B. Griggs and edited by Donald McFarlane. And the publisher of that book in that time was Boric and Teffel basically. The next point I would like to mention a short about Dr. Lippe. Basically he studied from the Allentown Academy and his birth year is 1812. He survived till 1888. He was a very good practitioner basically in the treatment of the epidemics, and he had written a lot of journals at that time. He has contributed and was an editor also. The Organon, the Homeopathic Physician, the Hahnemann Monthly. He was also a professor of the Materia Medica over there, and he has actually put a lot of efforts for the students to understand the Materia Medica. So that is the most important thing which I would like to mention over here. So I would surely recommend this book for each and every student to study because this actually helps in our practice. I have personally used this book a lot. There are many sections which are very clearly mentioned how to use this drug. So I am ending my video over here. This will be very short, and I would like to just mention, and in my next videos also like to mention that about the important books which we should actually study, because there are a lot many of books which we don't know which to study at what time.